Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my page. All right, let's see what we got for you today. Let me close it up. There it goes. We have a IZH 412. Now, this is a very rare car. Even for me, it's a very rare car because I never seen one in person. Now, as I was doing my little study on it, because on this car I had to do a little bit of study. I wasn't familiar with it. I was actually noticing it was actually as a twin brother or a twin sister of the Moskvich 412, which actually carries the same name as the 412. Now, it had a very few differences between the ICH and the Moskvich. Most of it was in the front grille. I have the other one too, the Moskvich, which I'll make it in a future video. This one has a black front grille. The other one doesn't. But most of it is very, very alike. I'm not sure really why they did two different brands with the same looking car, but that happens a lot. Not just on this brand. Even some American brands used to make almost look-alike vehicles, like Ford Mercury. That was the most perfect example. But by the way, this is a 143 scale, 143 scale, and it's made by DeAgostini. Now, ICH, like Moskvich, it's a Russian brand. It was not sold in many countries. Most of them were sold in Europe itself, Eastern Europe being their biggest market. But there were a few sold in other countries in Western Europe. I think the UK had sold the Moskvich, and also in Finland I was reading they sold them. In a few other countries they sold them too. They were actually sold also in Cuba because, as you guys know, Cuba was a communist country, and the Soviet Union back in the days used to supply most of their products to them. Used to sell them also in Cuba, their cars and other stuff. But going back to this car, they kept this model, it was between the 408 and the 412, but these models were up to like 1997. Actually, no, I'm sorry. From 1967 to 1982. The ICH was made between 1967 and 1982. But most likely the Moskvich, excuse me if I mispronounced it, but I think that's the way you say it. It was probably sold even longer. Because I did hear of Moskvich before. ICH until I started collecting diecast and I started doing my little research on different diecast from around the world. I didn't know this brand a lot, but now I know a lot more. But yeah, now it's a simple four-door car, but it was very popular in Eastern Europe, in Russia, in Ukraine, and other countries around the area. But I like it. It's a simple car. It must have been reliable if it lasted very long. Now I like how it looks exactly how the one in real life. Even that license plate, which is not a license plate, is most likely the name of the car in Russian, which I do not speak. I don't even read the type of letters. Excuse my ignorance, but but I don't read it. Now I'm sure it does say ICH most likely there, but it's a great looking car. I gotta say, I like it. It's attractive to being a classic car. Now I was reading also this part in the trunk. It still says Moskvich, because I read that even though it was sold as an IZH, they still said Moskvich in the back. So that's a nice, interesting info, which I didn't know about until I started doing my little research on that. on the car. Now the car is nice. It looks exactly how they look in real life because I looked a lot of pictures of it and it looks exactly alike. They had this in a sedan. They had them in a 5-door hatchback, in a station wagon. So they made them in different styles of cars. Because again, in the Soviet Union, they didn't have a lot of options back in the days. A lot of brands. So they every car out there, they had them as station wagons and sedans in not coupe, but some of them did. Like the Ladas had a station wagon and they had the sedans. And yeah, I mean, because you have to make the most out of whatever you have to sell. And I guess that's what they did. But it's a cute car. Cute car. Must have been. Anyone that has driven one of them, I would like to hear stories about them. What do you guys think? How reliable were they? It will be very interested to hear them. All right, I'm going to let it go around again so you can have a nice look at the car again. All right, everyone. So hopefully you guys are doing great, and I'll see you in my next video. Stay safe and keep in touch. Goodbye.